deviation as the pill dissolved fast, releasing its chi all at once. "Who in their right mind would do that to you?" Kiran asked. "My father," Asher said. Baihu snorted. "Ah yes, in Yangpo village farmlands, pills are so rare they rely on crude body cultivation practices that often result in death." Asher gave a casual nod. "Exactly, Baihu. I know many who died. My father used to throw hundreds of poisonous worms, lizards, insects, you name it, into one of those moon glass jars." Kiran's eyes went wide. "The jars sealed with secret blood mage inscription?" Asher nodded. "The survivor that ate all the other poisonous critters in the jar was known as the silver silkworm." Baihu circled Asher, sniffing the air between them. "The silver silkworm contains such a powerful poison, most people who eat them don't survive. I trust that your strong earth affinity is part of the reason you didn't die the first time you were forced to eat one." Asher wiped his mouth on his tunic sleeve and shrugged. "Maybe, but I did almost die, the first time." He chuckled darkly, waving a slug in front of Kiran's face. "These slimy little goof nuggets added an extra frothy kick to my mother's homebrew. I hated drinking it every morning because it made me sick to my stomach. I didn't know it back then, but leaf slug slime is so rich in chi that it strengthened my body. My mother knew that my father would risk killing me by silkworm poisoning rather than see me remain weak." Kiran gulped. What a brutal life for a child. Kiran's adoptive mother was cruel, but she never risked his life. She even banned him from cultivating his time chi. Not that Kiran let that stop him. But without a cultivation mentor to guide him, his progression was painfully slow. Asher's eyes narrowed. "Hey, I know that look. We didn't all grow up in a high-walled city protected by the fierce Hui clan. My parents couldn't afford a cultivation master to teach me, unlike you rich city folk." His expression tightened as he crossed his arms. "They did the best they could with what they had. That meant fighting monsters and practicing poison body cultivation as soon as I could walk. Yangpo villagers look out for each other, but everyone knows that out here, the weak don't last long." Baihu nodded. "It's the same in both timelines. Yangpo village walls are crumbling, and there are hordes of beasts roaming these barren lands, always on the lookout for a tasty human snack." Kiran remained silent. Their childhoods were as different as night and day. There was one exception. Like Asher, Kiran didn't have a cultivation master, but it was due to his lowly Unblood status and not because his parents couldn't afford one. In the few days they'd known each other, he'd wondered how the hells Asher was so much stronger than him. Kiran was at the second level in the chi-gathering stage of soul cultivation, while Asher was barely a first-level chi-gatherer. To survive in his version of Yangpo village, Asher must have achieved a poison-tempered body. At least that explained why, despite the protective effects of the skullcap leaf, he wasn't struggling with chi poisoning like Kiran was. Baihu's silver-striped white fur bristled as more rumblings echoed nearby. The tiger glanced at them with his large, midnight blue eyes. "Asher, did you know that there's a saying here among immortal cultivators? The weak shall inherit the world." Asher cocked his head to the side. "No, really? In my timeline, it's the exact opposite. The strong prey on the weak." The sarcasm in Baihu's cruel tone was not lost on Kiran. Weak as he was, he'd cheated death more than once, but his scar was a constant reminder that if he didn't grow stronger fast, he might not be so lucky the next time. Baihu let out a warning growl, his hackles raised. "My dear, sweet Asher, what I really meant was those with weak cultivation bases often end up dead. However, even a weak cultivator like Kiran can become a danger by using his time affinity." Kiran's heart quickened as he realized what Baihu was saying. He was weak, but he wasn't helpless. He had skills and abilities Asher didn't possess. That thought spurred him on as Baihu took off down the tunnel. Asher grinned before he sped off, unaffected by the heat and rising chi level.